Hello everybody, Jonathan Rayo here with SimplifiedGuitar.com, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play the song Landslide by Stevie Nicks. This song was recommended to me by Michael Jenkins. Thanks Mike for the suggestion. If any of you would like to make any song suggestions, all you got to do is leave it in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe so that you can keep up to date with all my new tutorials. Now if you're new here to Simplified Guitar, I recommend that you start with the 3-step guide, which you can get by clicking the information card up there at the top right corner of this video. And you can do that at any point during the lesson. This 3-step guide just takes you through the 18 chords and 3 strum patterns that I use for all of my song tutorials here on the channel. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and play the song for you, and then afterwards I will break it down and explain it to you in more detail. So let's go ahead and get started.
I took my love, took it down, climbed the mountain and turned around. I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought me down. A mirror in the sky, what is love? And the child within my heart rise above. And I sail through the changing ocean tides. Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too.
All right, so for this song we're using the folk strum pattern, which is a 4-beat pattern. We're going to have 4 down strums, 1 for each beat, and then we're going to have an up strum after beats 3 and 4, okay? And then it repeats. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and, like that, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Down, 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 up, down, up. Now you also want to remember that we're going to be adding dynamics, so the first beat of every measure, we're going to just pluck the first note of the chord. So this song is going to be in the key of C, so while I'm playing the C, the first note of C is actually the A string. We don't want to be playing the low E string. So for the first beat, I'm just going to pluck that string by itself. Okay? So we have 1, and then 2, 3, and 4, and like that. Okay? So beat 1, just 1 note by itself, and then for 2 and 4, we're strumming harder. Okay? So 1 and 3 is going to be softer, 2 and 4 is harder. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and like that, okay? Now for the verses of this song, we have the chord progression C, G, A minor, G, okay? But when we switch to the G, what you want to do is actually play, typically the first note that you're going to be plucking is going to be that low E string, which is actually the G note, okay? That's typically what you do for the G chord, okay? But for this song, it's nice to play the A string, which is actually the B note, okay? So we're going to be plucking that string first as our first beat, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and, okay? So for the G, remember to pluck the A string rather than the E string as your first beat of the measure. So again, if I were to play that progression, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1. It has that nice walk down feel. We're going from C to B to A, back up to B, and back up to C, okay? So whenever you pluck that B for the G instead of the actual G note, it just makes that you can hear really clear that walk down from C to B to A, and then back from A to B to C. So when we're going from that verse to that chorus, we have a transition note, which is going to be our D over F sharp. Now the traditional D doesn't have any notes up here. Typically you start strumming the traditional D on the D string, and you don't strum the E and the A string. But in this case, we're going to be using that, it's D over F sharp, so we're going to be using our thumb to come over the top, hold down the F sharp note here on the low E string, and now our first note that we pluck is going to be that F sharp note, okay, which is the low E string. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then that transitions into the G chord. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we have a walk down from G, F sharp, E, and then we're going to go to C, B, A, right? It's that walk down that's iconic to this song. So we have G, D over F sharp, E minor, and then we have C, G, but we're playing the B note, which is the A string. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then A minor. And then back to that D over F sharp right here. So typically, I like to use my thumb to mute that low E string, especially for this chord family, because most of the chords in this family don't use that low E string, right? The C doesn't, the A minor doesn't, the F doesn't. So I have my thumb up here already, muting this string. So when I'm switching from A minor to D over F sharp, it's easy just to press down, coming from touching it to pressing it down, okay? So I'm going from A minor to that D right there, okay? All right, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you would like to get the chord chart for this song as well as watch the play-along demo in slow motion and at full speed, you can click right here to head on over to the website. All right, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and leave me any questions or song suggestions in the comments down below. And I hope to see you in another lesson. Take care.